that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
Play on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we got a lot to talk about. There's a ton of things going on. We're going to go to California today. We're going to go to Italy, talk about a bunch of different things. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. So loud, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to North Carolina. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for everything you do. Bella, good morning. Ra, what's going on? Wydell, how are you? Shout out to Wydell, Joe Della. Make sure you go check out Patreon. Wydell's over there. He knows what's going on Patreon. 16,000 subscribers. I'll be there in probably tomorrow. Slow Ride, what's up? Diaz Dubs, how are you? Keep the content coming, 100%. I do my best to keep it on the way for you guys. So today we are going to talk about the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club. If you guys haven't ever heard, I never heard of them before. Has anyone ever heard of them before? I have never heard of them before. They're a 1% club out of Nevada. And one of their members got into a little bit of trouble. And they have them on tape. So I guess this is inside one of their clubhouses. And so, listen, if you're going to do something, like commit a crime, you better walk around like you're on videotape all the time. Because you are. Everywhere you go, you're being recorded. Whether it's someone's front yard, a Ring doorbell camera, there's video cameras everywhere. You cannot escape it. So just know that before you ever try to commit a crime or do anything, you're being recorded. So this is the man in question, and he's wearing his cut, and he's got beer in his hand. Like, you can't make this up. They got surveillance pictures. So this crash left the woman in critical condition. I mean, it's pretty bad when you got this place where you're from right on your back. Might as well have your address on the back. So California Highway Patrol identifies a biker involved in a crash. This is 7/8/2025. Suspect in the case has been identified, according to an update from California Highway Patrol. They say around 1:33 p.m. on July 8th, the suspect was identified and will face multiple felony charges following a crash. And following his actions, the crash took place on July 5th. So, this is in SIERRAVILLE. I think I said that right. I don't know. If anyone knows, it's in California. SIERRAVILLE. 3 days after mounting public pressure and an intense investigation, California Highway Patrol has officially identified a suspect in a violent motorcycle crash that left a woman fighting for her life in a Reno hospital. Authorities said that the man, known by his first name, Tim, will now face multiple felony charges in connection with the July 5th incident that shocked Sierra County community. According to the CHP, Tim was positively identified just after 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday. He is believed to be a member of the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club, an outlaw motorcycle group based in Virginia City, Nevada. Investigators say surveillance footage and witness accounts and tips from the public were instrumental in unmasking the fugitive rider. The disturbing sequence begins outside of SIERRAVILLE Services and County Store. Just after 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, July 5th, surveillance cameras captured Tim inside a small-town general store purchasing alcohol with cash. Moments later, a confusion broke out in the parking lot. Witnesses say Tim was seen arguing aggressively with a female passenger. In exchange, that escalated into a physical confrontation. The two mounted a black motorcycle and sped north on State Road 89, the winding highway that cuts through the Tahoe National Forest. Multiple witnesses reported the bike traveling at dangerous speeds, weaving recklessly in and out of traffic. It was then 10 minutes later the tragedy struck. CHP investigators say that the motorcycle veered off the road and slammed into a dirt berm, ejecting both riders from the bike with a violent force. The woman, still unnamed publicly, was thrown into the roadside ditch where she lay unconscious and critically injured. And Tim didn't stay. He took off. Instead of rendering aid or calling for help, authorities said Tim fled the scene on foot. According to an eyewitness, he was picked up about 5 other bikers, presumed to be affiliates with the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club, who had been riding ahead or nearby. Among them were 2 women riding passengers. They vanished northward before responders arrived. A passing motorist witnessed the crash and immediately called 911. First responders airlifted the injured woman to the hospital in Reno, where she remained in critical condition. With multiple fractures and a severe head trauma, the CHP quickly secured video footage from the service station and launched public appeal for assistance, and the tips began to pour in. The key to identifying the suspect was the emblem on Tim's biker vest. Investigators say the patch bore an unmistakable logo of the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club, a regional outfit known for its affiliation in Nevada and Northern California. The club, while not as prominent as other outlaw motorcycle clubs, has previously drawn attention from law enforcement for its involvement in weapons trafficking and narcotics distribution. The Silver Barons are known to operate out of Virginia City, a historic mining town turned biker haven. Local authorities in Nevada have been notified and are assisting in the search. With the suspect now identified, the CHP officials confirmed on Tuesday afternoon that felony charges are forthcoming. While they did not release Tim's full name, it is pending an official arrest warrant. They indicated that charges may include felony hit and run, domestic assault, reckless endangerment, and failure to render aid. This is a heinous act of abandonment and recklessness, said the CHP spokesman. We are committed to ensuring that this individual is held accountable for his actions. The CHP has asked anyone with information on Tim's whereabouts or the identity of the other 5 bikers who helped him flee to come forward immediately. Anonymous tips can be made through the department channels. The residents of SIERRAVILLE, a town known for fly fishing and hot springs, small town charm. The event was deeply unsettling. Locals have expressed outrage that the woman was left critically injured while the suspect rode off with the apparent help from his fellow bikers. She could have died in that ditch, said Mia Ramirez, who was working at a nearby cafe at the time of the crash. She said it's unthinkable. As investigators close in on the suspect, the town of SIERRAVILLE waits for justice for a woman left broken on the side of the road. The community scared by the kind of violence that doesn't belong on its roads. It's a pretty insane case. So he was riding with a woman on the back of his bike, and they had some type of argument, and he crashed the bike, and she went flying into a ditch. That's an insane story. What do you guys think of this situation? So they asked the public for help, and bam, they got him. It didn't take long for them to get him. I mean, it's pretty obvious on what his cut is, right? That's what's on the back of their cuts. So I looked them up, and they have a trademark from 2003, the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club. The trademark consists of the center patch, which is a skull with a patch over the right eye, and a dollar in the left eye, a coin dollar in the left eye. There's a pitchfork coming out of behind the skull on the left side, and a shovel coming out from the right side. There's a stick of dynamite in his mouth with the wick on the left side. There's a smaller patch on the right of the skull's MC. The word Silver Baron is listed on the top of the skulls in the rocker, while the word Nevada is listed on the lower rocker. Their trademark was established in 2003 with registration and intended to cover the category of charitable fundraising services, means for selling goods and raising funds. So they do have a trademark. It says the Silver Barons MC is a motorcycle club with nomad chapters. They are known for their community involvement, including toy runs beneficial for families and charities. Nomad chapters is designated as a chapter 224, and they're also present in Virginia City. He has a Virginia City patch on his cut, too. It's crazy. You can see it in the picture. Right there. So it says the Silver Barons Nomads is a specific chapter of Silver Barons operating as nomads. They participate in community events and toy runs. They're in California. They're in Virginia City, Nevada. They're not that big. They're a small club. They do have a Facebook page and a. Let me check it out. They have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. And it looks like they do a lot of charity work. You see what I'm saying? It takes one person to bring the whole group down. Like, it really does. It takes one person to bring the whole group down. It's pretty crazy, right? What do you guys think of this situation? Dude leaves a girl on the side of the road after he crashes. And he's seen in the package store buying alcohol. If you guys don't know what a package store is, it's a liquor store. That's what they call them here in Connecticut. They call them package stores. I don't know why. They're a nonprofit. 12th anniversary, and that was May 21st. So they're not that old of a club. Yeah, people pass away, and so this is their Reno club. I don't know. I can't say I see the guy that's in that picture. That dude's screwed. Why would you leave someone? Like, you got a girl on the back, right? She's riding with you. If you're having an argument with her, whatever, tell her get off the bike and peel away. Instead, you guys are arguing. Maybe she's slapping him or something while he's riding, and then he ends up crashing and just leaves her there. Said, "Yo, come get me," and they come and scoop him up, and he just keeps going. It's insane. Jimmy, what's going on? I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Mountain Woman, how are you? So we got a bunch of different cases to talk about. This one's pretty upsetting. Now, this case is because he was driving and afraid of lockup. Hey, that's how it always goes, right? He should have just told her, get the hell off the bike, and left her there. And instead, he's going to be in some deep-ass shit. Do you guys know what this is? This is dog food with nails in it. So Italy, this is out of Italy. Italy is outraged after the killing of a police bloodhound found dead after eating food laced with nails. So this is out of Rome, the horrific killing of a police bloodhound who helped find 9 people over the course of his sniffer dog career has outraged Italians and sparked criminal investigation to find his killers. Bruno, a 7-year-old 88 kilogram or 195-pound bloodhound, was found dead Friday morning in his shed in southern Reno. His trainer, I can't even say that name. We'll just say the name is A. Said he had been found fed bits of dog food laced with nails. In an interview on Tuesday, A said he suspected the killing was revenge against him, but not Bruno, for his volunteer animal rescue work. It was believed a horrific act to cause the dog intense suffering because feeding him bits filled with nails means tearing apart his insides, tearing apart his esophagus and internal organs, causing excruciating pain. Wow, that's pretty bad. Premier Gioga, who photographed with Bruno after one of his heroic rescues, said that his slaughter is vile, cowardly, and unacceptable. Lawmakers said a longtime animal rights activist filed a criminal complaint with prosecutors under a new law that she helped push through the stifling penalties for anyone that kills or mistreats an animal. But that's crazy. A police dog. I thought they treat those like they're people. In the US they do. I don't know about there, but they're gonna make an example out of this guy. The editors said they voiced their outrage, saying Bruno had done more civic good to Italy than most citizens. Said that prosecutors that he suspected that he was the ultimate target of Bruno's killers, and said that Bruno was killed to get to me, he said. They run a volunteer public animal rescue organization, among other things. Rescue dogs from illegal dog fights. He said that the service used to be run by nonprofit firms, and said he suspected that his competitors were behind Bruno's killing. In recent months, we have received threats, act of defamation, slander, and certain individuals have already been investigated in the past and are known to the judicial authorities, who have been trying in every way to take over this rescue service. That's insane. By despicable means, they said. A new animal protection law known as Brembella Law went into effect on July 1st, calls for up to 4 years in prison and $60,000 or $70,000 fine, and the stiffest penalties applied if mistreatment is committed in front of children or is filmed or distributed online. They said that the penalties should be even greater than 4 years, saying the animal must be respected, especially when they behave heroically, as Bruno did. Bruno might have appeared clumsy and overweight, but was powerful and strong and dedicated to his job. He was a giant. When he went out on a search and you put his harness on, there was no one else like him. He would set off and smell the person we were looking for and run like a train until we found them. Officially, his record stands at 9 people found, 5 people who were alive, and 4 of those bodies were recovered. But the motto for us rescuers is always the same: bring the missing person home in any case, because there's always someone there that is looking for the missing person, he said. That's a terrible situation. Why would you do that to a damn dog, a defenseless dog? It's insane. I mean, the stuff that people do nowadays, it's crazy. And I hear it just gets crazier and crazier. Every day you hear something new that will shock you. And it gets more shocking as the days go on. So now we're going to go over to these 2 people. So these 2 people, 2 arrested after drunk driving through a scene of a crash that killed a Memphis firefighter. So they were drunk driving through a crash that happened. A man and a woman were arrested and charged with drunk driving through a scene of a crash that killed a motorcyclist on Interstate 240 in Memphis, records show. The motorcyclist was identified as veteran Memphis firefighter Gary White. The 2 people were charged were identified as Fabian Sanchez, 33, and Marcia Davis, 46, according to court documents. Both are facing charges of driving under the influence. Davis is also charged with abuse of a corpse and reckless endangerment. Records show while in custody, she told the state trooper that she thought she was in Mississippi and not Memphis. Court documents allege Davis drove through the crash scene and ran over White's body. What? Crazy. According to court records, Sanchez was seen driving his Dodge Ram truck over traffic cones through the crime scene tape. He was later found to be drunk. He told state troopers that he was driving home from social function. Memphis police previously said that White crashed into a Jeep on I-240 near Getwell Road late Sunday night. He fell off his motorcycle and was hit by another car, police said. Friends of his told the news that he was on his way home from a motorcycle club meeting, so he was a part of a club. They learned that White's dedicated his life to public service, first as a soldier and then as a firefighter. He also had a deep love for motorcycling and was the president of the Black Swordsman Motorcycle Club. The Tennessee Highway Patrol arrested a third person in the crash, but their identity and charges have not been released. That is insane that they would drive through a scene. Let me see if I can find a picture of Gary White. They would drive through a scene and hit the body. Like, are you serious? I do have a picture of him. That is terrible. And I guess he's like a hero type guy. Let's see if I can get a picture for you guys. There's a picture of him. And he was the president of the club. That's crazy. And these people drive right through the scene drunk? Like, who does that? I mean, I guess you drink too much and that's what happens, right? You do stupid shit. But these two people are screwed. They are screwed. Let me get these pictures. So here's a picture of him on the job. Here's a picture of him and his motorcycle brothers. That's terrible. Dude's already passed away, and then you got these people riding through the scene, hit his body. He's charged with abuse of a corpse for running him over. I mean, it's bad enough that he had to, he was more than just a member of our club. He was the glue that held us together. That's terrible, really terrible. Really, it is. The lowlifes do shit like that, you know? It's insane. These people, they look like they're not even phased either. Like that chick looks like she's not even phased. That's terrible. So now you guys know about this Operation Mongolian Beef. We're going to talk about that a little bit. All right, so we're going to talk. Hold on. We're going to talk about these these 5 individuals right here. So, hold on 1 second. The Mongols motorcycle gang members in Bike Week shooting brought to Volusia County. 4 members of the Mongols outlaw motorcycle gang were brought to Volusia County in Hillsborough County Jail on July 7th to face charges in connection with the Bike Week shooting and brawl in New Smyrna Beach gas station. The incident occurred March 8th around 11:37 a.m. and left multiple people injured. 2 motorcycle gang members were shot, Volusia County Sheriff's investigators said. The gang members were arrested as part of the July 2nd raid carried out by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the 7th Circuit State's Attorney's Office, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, and local police agencies. The raid, dubbed Operation Mongolian Beef, targeted motorcycle gang members who were part of the Bike Week shooting and brawl that was laced with gunfire. The arrested motorcycle gang members are Justin Perry, 41, Christopher Boyd, 38, Sean Hullock, 37, and Perry Butler, 42. So these guys were brung to jail, basically. Each were charged with aggravated rioting. They were all held without bail. I told you, they weren't letting these people go. They're all held without bail. These people are not being let go. They're not leaving jail. They're staying until their trial is done. Someone said, "Oh, they're going to let them out. These charges are trumped up." Hell no, they ain't taking their chances with these people. They are held without bail. They're not fucking around. They didn't go through all this trouble to let these guys go. Definitely not. It says each of the men are charged with aggravated rioting. They're held without bail in the Volusia County Jail on Tuesday, July 8th. The men also required to surrender any passports, according to jail records. Volusia County deputies also arrested another Mongols member, Gary Robert Bedsole, 59, on July 7th. He charged him with aggravated rioting and held without bail on July 8th. They're required to surrender passports. According to Volusia County Sheriff's Office investigators, and the FBI Terrorism Task Force, the men engaged in criminal activity in Volusia County, specifically the 59-plus person brawl and shooting that occurred at Racetrack gas station at the 3000 State Road 44 on March 8th. The Mongols were feuding with the Warlocks, another outlaw motorcycle gang. A fight at the local gas station during Bike Week escalated into shooting. Large-scale brawl. Terrified bystanders were seen running for cover during the fight. So these guys are all being held without bail. I knew that they were going to be held without bail. Someone was like, "Oh, they'll let them go." No, not today. Not until their trial starts. These are the feds. This isn't like some local shit where they're just picked up by local cops. So all these people held in prison until their trial. No bond. I guess they can do that down in Florida. I guarantee you all of these people have no bond. Every single one of them. That's pretty crazy. Didn't Clint Walker, the guy all the way on the bottom to the left, he's the guy that allegedly shot during this time. Wasn't he released on bond when this first happened? I believe he was picked up by the local police, and he might have was given bond. I'm pretty sure. And another thing is, in the video, right, you could clearly see somebody holding a weapon, right? And you hear all these shots going off. But there wasn't a bunch of people shot. So Why not? Was he not aiming at people? Because with all the shots that went off, if they were aiming at people, a lot more people would have been hit. So I don't think they were intending to hurt anybody. Maybe they shot to, yeah, they're going to make an example out of these guys. 100%. No regard for human life. If your integrity is gangbanger, there is no bail, R&R for them. If you're what? See, is gangbanger, no bail. Yeah, they ain't giving no bail to none of them. I believe the whole batch of these guys, none of them are gonna have bail. Not one of them. They are all gonna be held without bail. So their life is over. Their whatever jobs they have, their significant other is gonna move on. And I mean, just think to yourself: is it worth it to do that type of shit? To be sitting in a jail cell for how long? Who knows how long? All of them are facing 15 years in prison. And the feds don't play around. I knew they were going to be building a case from this situation because it was too public of a thing for them not to, I mean, it happened broad daylight. People are screaming and they got it on video from different angles. These videos are up on Patreon. You can see them uncut if you guys want to see the videos. One question I have, though, is how come no warlocks are being charged with this rioting charge? How come only the Mongols are being charged? Weren't they both fighting each other? I'm just curious. And clearly in this article, they called the warlocks a gang, too. I mean, sometimes they side with one side, but this Chitwood, he hates motorcycle clubs. Absolutely hates them. You can tell he does not like motorcycle. He has like a pure disdain for him. You could see it in the way he talks in that video. He's like, "You want to show your ass? We'll show you ours." Like, whoa, buddy. Chill, buddy. Go eat a donut. Calm down. Let me see if I can find a video of Chitwood.
All right, 3 o'clock. Thank you all for being here today. As you remember, on March the 6th at 11:30 a.m., we had mayhem break out at the racetrack gas station on 44 in New Smyrna. You had a battle royal with gunfire between the Mongols and warlocks. Thank you. I'm at that certain age now.
Yeah, he couldn't even remember the name of the club.
Bullets were flying. Innocent people were there. Children. Busy day.
What's up, man? Bird, how are you?
We're going to play you a little video clip of what went on. It's only one angle. We got tons and tons of cell-phone video that came in. So we'll show you the racetrack footage, and then we'll introduce everybody that's here.
So there's two angles of footage, right? They came out, but there's a lot more that we have never seen, different angles. Let me see if I can find that video and have it not move, because I know people were saying something about that. They don't like that the video moves. So let me see.
So what you got is you have the warlocks. Well, we went too fast. Can you back up? You'll have the warlocks come in. They're parked up top here. They're in. You see the motorcycles. They're in the racetrack getting something to drink. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. All right. This white car here pulls in before anything else is.
Yeah, there's no major what? Harton? Hearten? Do you mean hatred?
They're like Mongols in soft clothing. They see the warlocks. They make a
Yeah, they come in barreling in there. But I heard a little different story on what really happened. And I heard it from the horse's mouth, from one of these heart on. There's a major heart on. Definitely for bikers in Florida. Yeah, I heard another indictment is coming down pretty soon. Old Chitwood needs a box of donuts. Chitwood seems like a pretty angry guy. He needs a Valium or something. I'm gonna reach out to Chitwood and see if he'll have a conversation, and we'll see. We'll see if we can get down to the bottom of his hatred for disdain for motorcycle clubs.
phone call, and the clubhouse is only, 2 miles up the road. You'll see the Mongols start to come in droves now. You look at the clock. We started this at 11:20. In 13 minutes, we start to see all of these Mongols pulling in. Again, you have the warlocks up top here, and you see everybody huddled around this car. And what you're going to see is pickup truck is going to pull in here in a little bit. In the bottom of the screen, and the state representative, Clint Walker, he's there with a couple other guys. He gets out, and it seems when he gets out of the car, that's when all hell breaks loose. So you're maybe looking at 8 to 10 to 12 warlocks. And as this thing starts to grow, you're looking at maybe 30 or 40 or more Mongols that were all coming up from the clubhouse. And they made a beeline up 95, probably going over 100 miles an hour to get up there. So you still see them pile in. There's their colors. They obviously know this was going to happen. Again, this happened last July in Titusville, where they surrounded a group of warlocks in US 1 and prevented them and blocked US 1, and then all hell broke loose. This is Clint Walker pulling up. He's driving the car. You see them get out. Nobody does anything until he walks over. What he's saying, we don't know. But shortly after he's there, all hell then begins to break loose. But we're not showing some of the cell phone video where you can really see, you can really hear the gunshots, and you see people diving for cover.
I will. I'm definitely going to do it. So listen to this. There's a video of Chitwood. I guess some man threatened to unalive Chitwood in an email, and the man came back. He came to Florida, and they arrested the guy. And there's a video of him coming back to Florida being confronted by Chitwood. Let's take a look at that. It's pretty funny. I'm definitely going to reach out to him. I'll see if he'll come on, and we'll see if we could have a conversation. Can you guys see that?
Matthew, I'm Sheriff Chitwood. I'm the guy you want to kill. And there's nothing I can do about it. Challenge accepted.
I sent you a sermon. It was from Romans chapter 5, 6 and 7.
But you do know in Florida, a written threat to kill is a felony. You know that. Well, look, just so you know, I'm the one who made sure you came back, and I hope you enjoy your stay at the branch jail.
You violated
I will also tell you that you will not see Mickey Mouse on this trip, and you have to reimburse us for your flight here and for your stay at the county jail. Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me why you want me dead? Why do you want me dead?
I am a Christian.
So am I.
All I can do is to know you
So
are
am I.
You are not.
How do you know that?
Because in Corinthians it says bondsmen are not Christian.
Okay. Well, we're going to take you.
You are not Christian.
We're going to take you where you need to go.
Bye.
And we'll make sure the cell has rubber in it.
Oh, man. What do you guys think of that situation? I'm going to reach out to him and see what's up. We'll see if we can get Chitwood on the line. Challenge accepted. Yeah, with cops behind him, right? We'll see what happens. It's going to be like mad in the 90s. Some official family get hurt from a biker club. Then you will see get really serious with it. Just saying 100%. I think they're putting the sledgehammer down on people down there in Florida. I told a bunch of people, they were like, "Oh, they'll get bond. They'll get bond. This is just trumped up charges." Hell no. They got a solid, tight case. The feds don't bring cases against people unless they're airtight. These guys ain't getting no damn bond. And this is a Fed case. This isn't no state case. So things aren't looking pretty for them. But if you guys are just getting here, we covered a story of a man in who's part of a motorcycle club, the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club. He's seen on surveillance footage in a store buying beer with cash, and he had a woman with him. They didn't identify the woman, and I guess he left with the woman. They were arguing, and then some miles down the road from the store, he gets into an accident. The woman goes flying, gets hurt. He's not really hurt, and he just leaves the woman there, calls his friends, and the friends pick him up on motorcycles and take off and leave the woman there in critical condition. And now they know who he is, and looks like he's in some deep shit. And he's a part of the Silver Barons Motorcycle Club. This is the first time I ever heard of this club. But there are so many different clubs out there. They're obviously a 1% club. So now he's facing a whole bunch of charges. And the whole town is waiting to see what happens with this guy. It's pretty messed up that you would leave someone on the side of the road. And that the firefighter, that's a terrible situation. Like, they're done. Once the feds are after you and your patch holder, it's a big bucks to get out of that pinch. 100%. Hit that like button, like Jimmy said. Helps out a lot. I appreciate you guys. And make sure you put the notification bell on all. There's over 6,000 videos to choose from. You know I pump content out at an alarming rate, and I'm going to keep it coming for you guys. I got a whole batch of new interviews I'm going to be dropping. Shout out to Mike. He is a former bank robbery out of Israel. And I interviewed him. That's an alias. He doesn't show his identity, and he uses a voice changer during the interview. So it's different. But that one will be dropping soon. I got another ex-member of a motorcycle club. I don't think he says the name of the club, but he is an ex-member, and that interview is going to be dropping soon too. So there's a bunch of different interviews dropping. And I got another member of the Death Marauders coming up. So you guys are going to love these interviews. A lot of information, and I'm going to keep breaking the breaking news that comes out that has anything to do with motorcycle clubs or mob or anything like that. We're going to keep the content coming. I appreciate your support. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And if you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up my Cash App at Chatting with Stacks. And if you want to be a guest on the show, hit up my email, BillStacks2021, and tell me your story. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.